Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at EXFGaming. Now we have today, of course, my two guests, Mr. Portal and Mr. Kailen. Say hi.
Hello, ladies.
What's up, guys?
So today we're going to be talking about the Temest Trials that's coming out on June 8th, I believe. That's the date that it's coming out. June 8th, which is...
it's so far away.
Is it far away? Oh, no, it's pretty close.
3 days.
Anyways, yeah, so we're going to talk about this. This is like really, really big news for me anyways, because there's a lot of things to talk about, and hopefully we could get all the major points out. So, Kailen, why don't you start us off with the Tempest Trials on your thoughts of this event?
Okay, so first of all, what it is, to the best of my knowledge, is it's sort of a wave survival trial challenge, and the further you go and the less units you lose throughout the course of the trial, the more points you get and the more rewards you get. Now, that's a huge TLDR. There's a lot more to it, but starting off, there's a collaborative challenge where if all the players who play the game collaboratively get more than 1 billion points, which seems like a lot, but probably is very achievable, everybody will get 10 orbs and 5,000 feathers, and I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be all for that.
Oh,
that's quite
hell
a bit of
yeah.
feathers.
Yeah,
that's 1/4 of a 5-star or some mean inheritance, and 10 orbs is going to help with the drought, right?
Yeah. And
personal rewards, that's like depending on how well you do as an individual player. You can get Marth the Enigmatic Blade, which I don't think is the standard Marth.
I think it's the masked Marth.
No spoilers.
No, it's there. It's not a spoiler. We're gonna talk about it. I don't know if that's... Is that...
I don't know who it is. He's wearing a mask. It might not actually be Marth. You never know.
You never know.
It might be... I haven't played the new game, but what I'm assuming from this is it's Marth wearing a mask, but I'm not sure.
Oh my god, that's adorable. Anyway...
Okay. No, I know.
So you can get that in a 4-star or 5-star, as well as 2 sacred seals. One, Breath of Life 1. If unit initiates attack, adjacent allies recover 3 HP after combat. Not sure how good that one is. Or Quicken Pulse, special cooldown -1 at the start of round 1. Also, not sure how useful that is. Might be good on Ike or something, or people with massive, big Aethers or Gale Forces running around. Not sure how good that is.
Yeah.
So I'm looking here, and in some of the pictures, it goes all the way up to... Okay, so the way it works is you set teams. So I'm assuming it might just go through your set teams that you have, like by default, right? You have teams 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There'll be a total of probably 3, 4, 5, and it looks like it goes all the way up to 7 on Lunatic. As you go through, your teams will not heal between battles.
Yes.
And if you lose a unit, they're gone. They're gone. Classic Fire Emblem, right?
Yes.
They're not gone forever.
But like for the trial, it's gone.
For the purposes of the trial, they're gone. So you'll need to do as much as you can and make it as far as you can without losing any of your units. And I think this is amazing because this is Fire Emblem.
Yes,
this is Fire Emblem.
You also, it looks like you get a bonus for completing it in less turns as well.
Yeah.
That is a multiplier that's in effect.
Yeah.
So you can't kind of camp out each map and hope to get the highest score. You gotta power through it.
Yeah, well, that's classic Fire Emblem as well, right? Like you get higher stars the faster you defeat levels and that kind
exactly,
of thing.
Yeah.
I think this is wonderful because it's hardcore. It's
challenging.
It's probably gonna be challenging. I like it because it's gonna force me away from my main teams. Right, I'm gonna have to try different stuff. Hopefully, every one of you in the audience is packing multiple dancers at this point, because I think that would be pretty key. Because if you have up to 4 teams, right, like up to 3 or 4 teams, that's like 8, 12, 16 units.
Yeah.
I don't have that many fully stacked units.
Oh, here's a question.
I do.
Can you use the same hero, but a different version of that unit on multiple teams?
I believe you can.
You can?
I believe you can.
That's interesting, because then you could have like 2 Olivias or 2 Azuras.
Yeah.
That kind of
Which
thing.
would be good. Yeah. But I also want to make mention that I think this is going to be pretty difficult because as long as you keep coming back, So if your team 1 gets wiped, you'll come back to the same map, and all the enemy units will be fully healed, but they'll have 20% less total
Lower.
health.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their cooldown will be restored.
Reset. So
restored. Yeah.
everything's exactly the same as when it started,
Yeah.
but they'll be slightly weaker, which I
Yes.
think is interesting. I think that's a little bit foreboding. I think that means it's going to be a pretty hard challenge because
Yeah.
ideally you're never really going to get to that point. You don't want too much of that, right?
Well, you don't. Yeah. Correct. Yes. Any thoughts on that, Portals?
I think this is going to be great for Desperation Tharja.
You know,
To hit everything.
before you go into that, I also want to make notice that if you've watched our previous video or videos, there are also bonus units for
Yes,
this
there
challenge.
are bonus units.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
And they just so happen to be
Tharja.
like remarkably perfect for me and Portals. I got Lucina, Naui, and he's got Portals. Like it could not be more destined to be. Like I will absolutely be getting this 5-star. Anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted you back as to what you were saying, Portals.
No, that's about all I was going to say. Is I think
Okay.
units with Desperation in general are going to just tear through this because they'll carry their health between rounds, so they can immediately have that active and just go down. So using that with a Dancer is going to be really strong.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already thinking strategy already. We haven't even started.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
So I'm
He's
like trying to
already
think, wait, do I spend my my stamina refills now because I'm still trying to pull Azura closes today? Do maybe a couple more until I complete the 10th Stratum Infantry and the 10th Stratum the
Armored?
Cavalry as well.
Yeah,
I've done
yeah.
the fly. Armored, I'm just going to say screw it because I
That's
think the
crazy.
stamina...
I haven't even started
well,
those.
well, like I'm looking on the screen here, and the
You
stamina.
got a 0 though. You don't need to start it.
Yeah, you're right.
The staminas for each one are 20. It looks like even
Yeah,
the
it's
level
nuts.
35 is 20. So you're doing it maybe like 4 or 5 times per 8 hours if you're not using a stamina bottle.
I'm assuming that there's going to be 9 challenges total. There's either going to be 9 or 6, so 2, 2, 2, or 3, 3, 3 for normal, medium, and lunatic.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if where was I going with this? I'm curious to see if they'll tell you which units are going to spawn in each level, like in the info for-
I don't think they're gonna.
or they're
tell
just going to
that.
show you the first map and then you got to figure it out from there.
I think you're gonna
You know
have to
what?
figure it out.
If that information does become available on the subreddit, you can look to the super awesome Fire Emblem Heroes gaming channel, EXFGaming,
Yeah.
for a source.
Actually, that is true.
Yeah,
Well,
you'll keep you updated on that.
well, I'm definitely gonna be putting out videos for every trial so that if people want to cheat.
That'll be useful. That's not cheating. That's fine. Strategize.
That's not cheating, that's optimal. What's
Okay.
cheating is throwing us into 5 consecutive battles on lunatic difficulty with no starting information.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guaranteed, those units will have broken stats too,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. For
like
sure.
the 10th Stratum level stats.
So you
Yeah.
guys gotta start building your teams now. Like it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
hard. Like I'm gonna have to split up my Lindy and my Lucina and my Naui. So I have another question, right?
Kailen,
What's that?
I've been training for this day. Do you know how many level 44 star units I have? I don't even know.
do.
It's over 40.
So, but here's my question. Yeah, current bonus allies, right? The bonus allies, I have 2 of them that I can use reliably.
Yeah.
Am I gonna get bonus score for having them on my team as part of the challenge, or only for the maps that they're active?
Well,
That's a good question too.
yeah.
I think it's probably going to just be as long as they participated in that run is my
Yeah.
best guess.
That's my hope.
But there's no way to tell right now.
See now,
So-
my thing right
Right.
now with the bonus unit here, I'm reading here. All you need is to have just one of those units go into battle at least once. Like, what does that
Okay.
mean?
That's what it says? Okay,
That's-
so
yeah.
they do have to
Portals is
participate.
correct.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah.
So to wrap us up here, I'm gonna one final question because we're gonna keep this video rather short.
Yeah.
Does this challenge, this consecutive battles with no healing in between, does this challenge mean that healers are now gonna have a place in the meta?
Yes. For this particularly, I think so.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so. Because you're not gonna be healing in between battles, right? So you're gonna like if I have one of my units at 2 health, right, going to the next battle, like what's that gonna do for me?
If it's Lucina, it's gonna one shot something. So here's something that I think the average Fire Emblem player is gonna know this, but one piece of advice I'm gonna drop on you guys now is leave one armored unit alive and kite him around with a dancer and a healer and just fill up max out your team. Actually, that might be a terrible idea because there's a timer.
Now there's turns. Exactly.
You gotta be smart. You gotta go in, get the kill, get out. That's the thing.
So I think for me, my healers are definitely gonna find a place in this. I'm gonna divide some of my power units up across teams and replace like that one slot with a healer that might be useful.
Yeah.
I can definitely put. I can get rid of Titania on my Cavalry Emblem team and put on a horse healer, and I could also put. I get rid of Soren on my Tharja Corinne duo and toss in probably Mist because she has a good passive that increases defense and res for adjacent allies.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I can find some use for healers. Lisa's pretty good too. Rehabilitate is a solid skill, and she's got solid attack and defense.
Will we be seeing the rise of Rise?
Well,
no.
Well, I guess that's it for us now. So the main point is make sure you level up your healers and make yourself get some bunch of dancers. Okay, so that's the biggest point. Okay, so say bye to the people, guys.
Ciao.
Ciao.
You'll see my renewal and special cooldown reduce Lucina for all the heals over time.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment on your thoughts on this trial, the Tempest Trials, and I'll see you guys next time.